Hey guys, and welcome to part 15 of the Arkham Asylum playthrough. We have now entered a graveyard where Bruce is dead.
Zombie Batman?
It looks like it. Well, yeah, definitely. Well, it's not really a zombie, it's not a skeleton. Okay.
This is just really weird.
I've lost my marbles, I can't find my marbles. Oh, come on, see that fucking fly! That fucking bastard! What's that here? Ooh.
What's he doing?
He's eating a rat.
The Rat Batman?
and Lee, who's not with us again, he's going, Ratatouille! No! So now it's our final Scarecrow sequence. This one is the trickiest. Well, obviously, game logic, the final level has to be the trickiest one. The reason this one's tricky is because, unlike the first two times, he has a very odd pattern the way he shines his light to spot you, and the shadows that you have and the gaps that you have to hide behind can be very small. Like instances like this where you need to run in place and then instantly go into a crotch and then run right out past.
A crotch?
Yeah. Now I've realised my mistake.
You mean crouch?
Yeah, crouch. I need to go back to school. Oh dear, dear, dear.
I bet they'll get a laugh at that one.
I bet everybody will get a laugh at that. What goes on the internet stays on the internet. Just like in Vegas.
Situated in a small island and we stop at nothing. No screwball flying.
Not much to say here, just continue on trying to be stealthy without being spotted.
The Scarecrow's fucking blind.
Well, not really blind, he's just... the place is dark, from his eyes anyway.
Sort of reminds me of, I'm reading a Doctor Who book at the moment, it's called The Shining Men, and they have like eyes that are like very similar to Scarecrow's. They're like torches that like shine in the dark.
Mind you, I only saw a few Doctor episodes myself, and they happen to be the most freaky ones I've seen, where one of them is like this water creature thing that absorbs you, that you get infected by, and then you turn into a water creature where you're constantly leaking water.
Oh, the Waters of Mars.
Yeah, that was freaky.
That one's a good one.
And the other one was that shadow where it was Spaceman. I don't know if it was it was David Tennant's Doctor or Matt Smith's Doctor, but it was that one where one of the astronaut's guts, three shadows, he loses his face and he keeps repeating, "Hey, we're done on the lights."
Oh yeah, that's a David Tennant episode. That's the Forest of the Dead, I believe.
That was freaky as shit, man.
There are like quite a few freaky Doctor Who episodes.
Like, who can forget about the Weeping Angels?
See, I think they were scary at first, but then they started kind of like overusing them a bit, and then they sort of like lost their scariness in a way, because they just kind of overused them. Because like, oh, sorry, you go.
No, I was just about to say random shit on you go.
Because I think like the Weeping Angels, they were like a cool idea at first, but like when they come back for the second and third time, you already know what they're gonna do. Like you expect it.
And so would you say they lost their charm very early, even before they announced the Doctor for the Lego Dimensions game?
I do feel like the Weeping Angels, they were created by Stephen Moffat, who's the current showrunner just now. Like his era is when Matt Smith started, and that's when the Weeping Angels like started to sort of like pop up a bit more frequently.
Okay.
And I feel they started to like get a bit like they sort of like lost their charm in a way.
Well, that's the thing about scariness, is like, it's like survival horror. It's like the same way as like if you play survival horror games, for example. On your first playthrough, of course you're going to be terrified, but see, the more you play it because you enjoy the game, the scares diminish. So say like Resident Evil 7, for example, when I first played that, I was terrified beyond, what's around the next corner, and where's that family man, Jack, that's his name, Jack, where is he? Because he's screaming mad. But then after I've played it multiple times because I enjoyed it, I just know what I'm doing. And yeah, this boss is pathetic. Look, bonk.
I will say, like, one Doctor Who monster that I really love is the Silence.
What's that?
It's like they're like a group. Like they look like, in fact, they look like Slender Man in a way.
Okay.
And what they usually do is, like, when you see them, they get you to like confess,
Right.
like something that like you're guilty of.
Okay.
Like this is what they did in the most recent episodes. I think it was like Matt Smith's last episodes.
Right.
They get you to like confess like something that like you're guilty of, and then they erase you from your memory as soon as you look away. So pretty much like the way they sort of work is, you know, that moment in your life where like you're about to say something and you forget what it was that you were going to say, or you walk into a room and you forget what it is you walked in for.
Right.
It's because you've seen one of them.
Huh. Interesting.
You want to see what a picture of them looks like?
Let's save it for later on. Actually, we've still got a game to commentate over.
Yeah. We sort of like just kind of got off.
Sidetracked there because you're giving me interesting backstory to these creatures. There goes Scarecrow away with that goodie bag of his and his Freddy Krueger glove. So yeah, that's our final Scarecrow sequence. So again, because we've managed to conquer our fears, he's now on the loose. First, upgrade. Remote control barring, shite. Yeah, let's go for another health upgrade. You know, the amount of times I play this, nowadays I tend to go the hub to get the health upgrades last, because if you know what you're doing, you shouldn't take that much damage. But I'm going trick or treating later tonight, bats, and nothing's gonna stop me. I'm the Scarecrow. Sure you are, from the Wizard of Oz.
I don't have a brain.
So now we have to go take that big massive plunge down the elevator.
I don't feel like it, guys.
Well, too bad, because we're gonna go down. Well, see you later, Colin. It's been nice knowing you.
Stick the land.
If that was something like that in Resident Evil 4, actually, in the very first village you go into, you climb up a ladder to get some shotgun shells, and the ladder is like 30 feet tall. Mm-hmm. It's a tower, it's a bell tower, but then you climb up the ladder, but then you jump down that distance all the way back down, and Leon doesn't shatter an ankle. It's like that would have killed someone. Like, let alone break an ankle. No, not the ankle, your entire leg cracked. Now, these guys are busy talking. They probably don't notice me because someone's got their iPod on too loud.
Listen to the 1960s Batman.
Turn that shit down, the darkness might be coming.
Don't stop, that's what motivates them.
Now again, these bombs, you again, like as previously mentioned, you need to get the sequencer 3 green lights in a row. You can tell you got it right when you see the little green dots on the monitor there. Monitor. This is the problem when you do LPs, you stutter a lot because you're not reading off a script.
Yeah, to all you conspiracy theorists out there, we're not doing this scripted.
Aye, we're doing this completely out of our minds. Like, get the footage done and then talk about what's happening on screen. Well, half the time anyway. Because as Colin's shown, we can get sidetracked when we get interesting facts about our source of media. Well, media that we all enjoy.
He's here!
We jumped on his shoulder. But I think it's because since I've ever heard of Adam West, the amount of times I go through these combat sections, and I always have the Adam West theme stuck in my head when I'm doing these.
I love the Simpsons episode. I think it's the Mr. Plow episode where
the Plow King, was that it?
And Adam West like makes a cameo in the episode. It's like Homer goes up to him and he's like, "Hey kids, look, Batman." And then Lisa's like, "Dad, that's not the real Batman." And then Adam West is like, "Of course I'm Batman. See, here's a picture of me with Robin." And then Bart's like, "Who the hell's Robin?"
dear, dear. I think that's back when The Simpsons was actually kind of funny. Like, I think it was in the middle. I don't know if it was season 7, 8, 9, where I think one of the episodes they had Mark Hamill in one of the episodes saying it's a convention, and he's talking, and it's Homer's punching everybody out the way trying to get the mayor because then he becomes the mayor's new security guard.
Yeah, talk about Star Wars. Well, I think that was supposed to like be poking fun at like all the people that attends like Comic-Con and stuff like that. Yeah, talk about Star Wars. Because like Mark Hamill like comes up on stage and then he starts talking about taxes or something like that.
And then like I said before, Homer becomes the next guard because the two guards are busy relaxing in the car.
Is there anything more fluffier than a cloud?
If there is, I wouldn't know about it.
They're just like lying on the bonnet of the car. Yeah, I think it was around season 10. That's like the last season that people consider was like really good. And then it started like kind of going
down, not downhill, but diminish a little bit. Da 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 da.
I'm gonna make you lunch.
Oh, there goes the jelly beans. What if that's there's another Harry Potter connection. Ivy made the plants of Devil's Snare. What if that was a bag full of Bertie Bott's every flavour beans?
I wonder if they really like. I know it's in the name, every flavoured beans. Like, do you think they really went out of their way to make every single flavour that there is?
Well, Bertie Bott, who created the idea, probably would have had a lot of time in his hands then. Well, they already have burger flavoured.
And earwax.
Ugh. Imagine shit. Oh no.
You'd think like they'd sue the person for like creating an idea like that.
He's in some kind of old sewer network.
No, for this boss fight actually they tried to make it a little bit different, but it's not really a fight actually because like I said before, the planet that is unaffected by this Titan formula is down within this layer. This is the home of Killer Croc. Killer Croc is like an animal where if he spots you, you have to get the shock collar. Remember we saw the shock collar on his neck when we first started the game. You need to throw a banner in that to get him to be stunned so that he can go back into the water. Because if he gets you, instant death.
These floating platforms will support.
Right.
It can be tense, but it doesn't really do much. Now the thing is that these floorboards, if you run across them, they create sound waves as you run because you're making loud footstep noises. So you need to crawl. Well, Bruce says you need to walk really slowly. But what you can do is, I'm showing right here, you could just crouch and go crouch down. Yeah, I said it again. God damn it. Anyway, crouch down and then just go full speed while crouched down.
Well done.
There's Killer Croc.
Oh, Captain would be fucking shitting himself in here, wouldn't he?
Don't worry now, I'll get you safe. I'll save you safe.
Do you imagine that? It's me like beating up Killer Croc. Here now, shame on you. Upsetting the poor captain.
Upsetting the poor old bat.
Shoo now, shoo.
No. I'm just waiting to hear that tick-tock so I can hear Croc's position. Now, these are the spores. Now, on game logic, you would think that one spore would be enough, but apparently not. You need to find about 5 more in this layer. And you can tell if you're going the right way when that meter countdown is blinking red, as if it's saying, wrong way, stupid. If it keeps going down, you're going the right way. So as you can see there, there's another spore. Spores.
Remember the game Spore?
No, I've never actually heard of it, Spore. This caught me by surprise when I was recording this because almost every time the previous times I played this, he doesn't pop up the moment I put the Spore down. Every time before this recording is that he would not pop up at all. But I guess the recording curse spreads far. There, see, he's at it again. He's back. This guy, he's acting like a rebel here.
Imagine that Killer Croc in Rogue One.
He would be able to stand up at least a few gunshots. Mind you, when you look at this version of Croc and then you look at the one in Suicide Squad,
Beautiful.
I'll give the makeup department for that movie that, making the Crocs look much practical rather than CGI, big hulking like this.
Movies need more practical effects.
Only use CGI the minimum as the best they can.
Yeah.
Like, there's one thing that Green Lantern, the 2011 movie, that made a terrible decision is that they made the costumes CGI. Even the mask CGI. I think Ryan Reynolds, who played the main character, was complaining about it, and he actually made fun of it in Deadpool. Where he's being carried away for the Weapon X program, and he's like, please just don't make the super suit green or animated. As much as I'm more DC towards DC than Marvel, but I will say Deadpool's one of the good films, one of the best films I've seen.
Yeah. I've watched Deadpool just recently, and I think it's really good.
I'm just surprised they went out of the way to allow the R-rated, you know, blood, spatter, swearing and all that.
I get the feeling that, like, with the new Venom movie that's coming out, they're trying to go for like an R rating with it.
I don't know if it works for a character like Venom, but then again, I'm only going by from what I've seen Venom in, which was Spider-Man 3, where we only got him for about 10 minutes.
With Whiny Eddie.
This is where he tries to become smart and then destroys the... Is it pallets, yeah?
Boardwalks?
I think of pallets, actually. Wooden pallets. Because... I don't know if I've not seen it for a while, but do they tend to float in the water?
Yeah.
So I think that's what these are. Just wooden pallets. Carson's pallets. I'm tired of a friend about pallets. Now this is what he does. He starts to break them. This is when you get a chance to run. But with the moment he stops, you need to go back to bending down and going full speed so you not create sound waves and give your position away. Hence I tried to word it a bit differently there. Surprise. Only that's pain. So this is your Killer Croc boss fight, quote unquote.
At least it's a bit different from the usual boss fights.
But not by much. Just a little bit. I mean, it's more like a stealth boss, in a way. This is the only time in the game it does this. And I think that's the last of the spores for now. So now we need to get this back into the Batcave and create an antidote. So we can cure the venom attack plants and any henchman that's been affected by this Titan formula. There we go, Smart Plank, and he's activated the solar beacon so that he can find his way back.
That's smart.
But too bad it's a long way and Croc's pissed at this point. Just give him a big massive steak and he'll be fine. I mean, did you see the size of that steak they gave him in Suicide Squad? That's like that's like half of a cow they gave him. Cow meat. Well, at least it wasn't horse meat.
Remember that?
Aye, that whole scandal.
Was that 2013 that happened?
I think it was around late 2012, early 2013. Something about that. Where it was all around the news about marketing the horse meat in your favourite foods in your grocery stores.
It was mostly Tesco, wasn't it?
I think so. Tesco seems to be the #1 target for those kind of reports.
It's Asda that's doing it all. Their biggest rivals.
What, is this their way of fighting back, saying we must be the only grocery store in the market?
Yeah. Have you noticed it like a lot in the... I don't think they really do it now, but like usually within their Asda adverts, they would always like poke fun at the competition.
That's just childish behaviour. Why can't we just all get along? No hassle, no grey areas. A simple black and white place, you know? This means this, that means that. No but ifs, no what ifs, no corruption. End of story. I think if we had a life like that, if it was just black and white, it'd be much easier to live in. But that's just the way I go about life sometimes. Like, you see all these reports like politics stuff and all that, or shite that Trump's been talking about, you know? You just wonder why. Or just scratch your head at it. I think this is this is it. We're out. We are done. See you later, Croc.
I like that little casual walk he just had.
He's like, well, that's my job done. Not. Now this is where you go full run because he doesn't stop. Just run straight to the end.
Run, you fucking idiot.
Insert Crash Bandicoot Boulder of Fame here. Dum, dum, dum.
You excited for that remaster, by
Of course I am. Who wouldn't be?
Anti-Crash fans, Spyro fans.
I know Steven has a thing for that game as well. Now there's a trap there. We need to wait for him to get closer, and then we blow him up and send him to hell. Boomsticks! Lord. Right, that is the end of this part, folks. And yeah, as we bravely, strongly pull up the door, we'll see you at the next part. Ta-da, folks.